I'm here with Frank Milby, one of my favorite drivers from Ocean Downs, among other tracks, including Harrington and Dover and all kinds of other tracks. I thought I would come down to the ocean. I keep pointing my stuff. Ocean City, it's all kinds of fun, people. You got to get down here. So we have fun questions for Frank, and we're going to start out talking about Frank on a desert island. Okay, now, if you were stuck, we're talking like on a desert island for a long time,
right,
which castmate from Friends would you pick? Would it be Phoebe, Monica, or Rachel?
I don't really like that show very much.
I'm going to tell you who you should take. Monica. Do you know why?
I don't even know which one that is.
She's the one with the black hair. What's her name?
Is she hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Courtney Cox? Yes, Courtney Cox Arquette.
Oh, David Arquette's wife.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll work.
She's a chef on the show. So she would know how to like fix up all the island meats and stuff like that. If you could find like maybe a wild boar running around and whatnot. Okay, we have another question.
All right.
It's kind of a weird question, but I thought it was interesting. Do you have a favorite smell?
Favorite smell? Probably, this has a lot to do with Ocean Downs. As soon as you go across that bridge, just the ocean smell. I love that. You can almost smell the sand and the beach and whatnot. I love that.
And people's like suntan lotion and everything. Yeah, it's awesome.
Working on my tan down here, you know.
Okay. We had you on a couple years ago, remember? And you were all like burnt and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I usually just turn red. I don't really get tan.
Like your colors. You matching your colors.
Yeah.
What about a favorite sound?
Favorite sound? Favorite sound would probably have something to do with hunting, like first thing in the morning hearing ducks or geese when you're hunting, you know, something like that, where you're pretty much by yourself, nothing around, out in the middle of nowhere.
I didn't know you were a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh my gosh, yes I did.
Very mysterious.
You know what? I did, because somebody told me, they were joking around and saying that you didn't shower for a couple days because that's important when you go out. The deers can't smell you.
No,
Is
I didn't
right?
do that.
Oh.
If anything, I shower like twice a day.
Oh my gosh, we're at the ocean. It sounds like the city. Don't you hear like the security?
You know they're doing it on purpose.
Oh man, that's so messed up. They just want to be on post time one way or another. We have never talked about your family. Like, we've talked about your dad, Don, and we've talked about Pilgrim's Fiery and everything, but your grandfather, who I think you're named after, right?
Right, I'm named after him.
All right, so tell me about Franklin Milby, and he was huge, like a huge influence on harness racing.
Yeah, like in our area on the Eastern Shore, he's the one that pretty much started racing, and he got a lot of people into it, and he ended up getting real lucky and having a couple good horses that he was famous for, Miss Con Adios and Two Ride Boy.
Okay.
And he pretty much, at the time, shipping horses in was like unheard of, and he just kind of did things the way he wanted to and kind of made everybody confused how he did things, but he did nothing but win, so kind of like started a trend, you know?
Yeah, and Miss Con Adios, I'm just going to add to this a little bit because I loved her so much. I didn't really ever see her race. I don't know if you ever did either, right?
No, my grandfather, he actually died a year before I was born, and so I never knew him.
Okay, all right. Miss Con Adios, the only mare ever to beat Albatross.
Right.
As your dad would put it, I mean, and really this is the only way that I can explain how great she was. There is not a mare that could tote her water bucket.
Right.
He told me that one day, and I thought, you know what? That is perfect. She was so good that she didn't even race against the girls.
Right.
She had to race against the boys.
After her 3-year-old year, I don't think she raced against mares anymore. They wouldn't race against her.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen anymore, you know?
No, you never see anything like that anymore. So, Miss Con Adios. Awesome, awesome. So, okay, we're at the ocean.
Right.
Why do you love the ocean? I mean, we talked about that smell and everything. It's so cool to be down here. It's summertime, but racing here.
Like, I always bring my horses down here to train, and working down here doesn't even really feel like work. You know what I mean? That ocean breeze is right here. I love the back track here. It's a sand track just like at home, and you're working and you feel like you're on vacation. And 10 minutes away is the beach when you get done every day, you know?
What about the people that come here, like, you know, like the families? Because this is a big time family track.
Right. Well, that's another good thing about here. It's probably the biggest crowd you'll race in front of as a driver. I mean, it's one of the tracks that races for the lower money, but you'll hear the crowd screaming when you come around the last turn, and it just feels good.
If you had to convince somebody to come out, how would you do it?
Just tell them to come out here for a couple days, because after they're here, they'd want to stay, you know?
It's a great place to come if you have a family, if you're a couple. Come eat in the clubhouse. It really is great. Thank you, Frank, for being
Yep.
on the show.
Thank you.
And thanks for putting up with me again. You've been a
Yeah,
great sport.
As soon as I turn
usual.
around, you find me on time.
Thanks.
Yep.
Good luck tonight.
Yep.